Ladies and gentlemen, it is your lovely host there. It is Team Ira, and how are you doing on this Monday's edition? I am doing very well. Very healthy, staying positive, because if you don't stay positive, it's gonna suck. Trust me. So, it's that time once again for the Survivor Series review. Okay? Now the wrestling pay-per-views and now in the books. So if you like wrestling, subscribe and all that mumbo jumbo. My social media accounts will be down below. I have TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, and my own Facebook page. My Facebook page is called The Rara Show. So hopefully you guys could figure out all the information will be down below. Now, sit back, relax, put your feet up, grab some meat, grab some drink. Now if you don't like that, maybe you want to look at villain and hear my thoughts, my opinions on the subject. And it is time for the review of the Survivor Series. And also, it has been 30 years in the making of The Undertaker. So they did a farewell thing for The Undertaker last night. So he debuted on November 22, 1990. I remember that day like it happened yesterday. Then he retired on November 22, 2020. Great. I will discuss that later on in this video. So wait for that moment. Okay. Now, the first one, it was the kickoff match pre-show, however you want to say this. I think they just added it at the last minute. Why you do that, W? Why? You had all this time to be prepared, and of course, you miss everyone who does wrestling predictions. Get on with your ball game, W. Overall, The Miz won the Battle Royal. It's called the dual brand Battle Royal. Sorry, I messed it up. Why let The Miz win? What's the point of it? Is it because he didn't have a marquee match at Survivor Series? That's pointless. People was pissed. Now, the first match to kick off Survivor Series, they have the pyro, the fireworks. That's awesome. The men's traditional 5-on-5 elimination match. It was decent. Not the best Survivor Series of all time. Keith Lee picked up the victory. I'm glad because, he's a newcomer on Raw and on the main roster. So he pinned, I think, Jey Uso or Jimmy Uso. I think Jey Uso. And of course, later on in the show, Roman Reigns did not go for that. Whatever. I just don't like how they doing that with Roman and Jey Uso, but I know it's part of the storyline. So that's out of the books. And now the first champion versus champion. The tag teams of Raw, the tag teams of SmackDown. The Street Posses, I know I'm screwed up the last name, versus the New Day. And the New Day have the Gears of War. I guess they're going to be in the video game. I guess it's a downloadable character. They did the same thing with Batista. So of course, they had to promote it. If not, the video game won't do that. So I guess it's part of their contract or whatever, the deal. So they won the Street Posses. I'm not a big fan of the New Day. Never were. I'm not a big fan of either teams. So I think Street Profits or whatever they call them need to turn heel. Okay. Maybe they'll have better heel run than the New Day. New Day's just a clowns. I'm sorry to say that. You can't take that group any seriously. They can't. Okay. Next one, it was an okay match. Next one, it was another champion versus champion. I will discuss how I feel about these. Bobby Lashley is your U.S. champion, and for Raw and for SmackDown, the Intercontinental champion, Sami Zayn. Of course, Bobby Lashley destroyed Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn needs to leave the WWE whenever his contract expires. Sami Zayn, if you're smart, don't accept WWE's new offer when they ever give you a new contract. Go to AEW, because if you go to AEW, they will use you better and a better character wise. He should have been world champion already, or W champion, or Universal champion, but W does not feel that way, vision that way, because they want the big guys like Batista or all those big guys. Okay, next one is the WWE Women's Champion. Sasha Banks is the champion of SmackDown, On the other side, you got the champion of Raw, Asuka. Now they've been feuding for this past summer. Asuka should been champion on Raw, but WWE so stupid. They had to go back and forth with the title. That was dumb. Of course, Bayley was part of it too. So it was a pretty good match. Sasha Banks won, so she got her revenge. She never beat Asuka without Bayley. Next match, it's a women's traditional 5-on-5 elimination match. Team Raw wins. The only reason she won because Alana was a sole survivor. That was a very bizarre one because Belair, she was a very good performer, and I think hopefully that we push her to the moon. It was great what she did to Nia Jax and all that good stuff. I guarantee that Nia Jax would be pissed, and she got eliminated. I actually counted out her and the one I just mentioned. Both got counted out. That was a stupid ending. Way to go, WWE. Why do you want to get Lana the sole survivor victory? What's the point? She wasn't even competing. That was pointless. As I know, she was on ringside the whole time and she was all happy. That was a horrible booking. It should be on Belair. She won, but whatever. Hopefully next year she'll have her survivor moment with a live crowd. If hopefully there's a live crowd instead of on the screens on the screens of the I'm saying, the Thunderdome. Okay, next one I totally botched that. It's the WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns versus the WWE Champion for Raw, Drew McIntyre. I think this was the best match of the night, hands down. I'm not a big fan of Roman or Drew McIntyre, but they did all the stops. It was awesome, and this match went the distance without no fans. It was awesome. It was awesome. Of course, Roman Reigns won because huge distraction of Jey Uso, because Jey Uso screwed up earlier in the night, so he wants to suck up to his cousin and all good stuff. I think he sucked up because his team lost early in the show, so he distracted him. Roman Reigns did give Drew McIntyre the low blow and then the spear, and that's it. If I missed any details, I'm sorry. So, whatever. I just didn't. I mean, it was okay. The match was decent, but I just don't like the screw job, But it's all part of being a heel. Now, what we've been waiting for, the Taker's final farewell in WWE for now. That could always change. You get all the Godwins, man, they look like dinosaurs, old, They're not no legends. What have they done to the business? Absolutely nothing. But anyway, that's just my opinion. They look pretty decent. They look really different, no hair. We got all the people in there, all the Takers feud back in the day. The Godwins used to be with the ministry. That's why they were part of it. Everyone came out. It was awesome. I thought Hogan would show up and Austin, but I guess they were busy. I thought they're gonna have everybody talk to Taker, but I guess those guys have their own moment, and Taker Taker has his own moment, did his moment, and the cool part is when he went on his knees and did his thing. You have Paul Bearer in the on the side. Of course, is a hologram because he passed away a couple years ago. That was a very chilling moment, and he took forever to get there because that's his gimmick. Then he took forever to get left the stage. He left the ring, leave the show, leave the arena as part of a show. I really thought, I rumor that the Fiend would interrupt it and start a match. Thank God that didn't happen. I don't want to see the Fiend versus the Undertaker. If they want to do that, they should have done it a while ago. Actually, they did it at one WrestleMania. Of course, who won that match? Taker, because he lost the previous match to Brock Lesnar, so it's like a redemption match. Overall show, it was okay. It could be 10 times better if they had real fans in the audience, and they have I think if Lesnar was there, well, Lesnar probably will beat the crap out of anyone in his path. Probably will be Universal Champion or WWE Champion if this whole pandemic did not really happen. So, what matches you like, what matches you did not like. Now, like I said earlier in the video, I'm not really a fan of champion versus champion. They've been doing this for a while. If they want to have champion versus champion, might as well bring back bragging rights. Remember that pay-per-view? I think it only lasts, 2 years? And whoever wins that, get a freaking trophy. So instead of having champion versus champion at Survivor Series, just bring back bragging rights and eliminate one of these pay-per-views they don't like to use that much and give it to NXT, because NXT probably do it way better than the main roster. Then have every Survivor Series 5-on-5 elimination match, then have one title match, just one, then have the Taker final farewell, and that will end the show. And of course, they don't do that, you know. So, what's your thoughts? You agree with me? Disagree with me? Disagree with me? Disagree with me? I want your honest opinion. Now, I know you will never agree with me. Taker should have retired a couple of years ago. But I guess it makes more sense now because 30 years in the making, he made his debut at Survivor Series. He ended his career at Survivor Series. Now, the next step, put him in the Hall of Fame. But who's going to induct him? Is it going to be Kane or is it going to be Vince? Time will tell. Or it could be HBK, Triple H. Time will tell if they can put him in the Hall of Fame next year. But W was smart. Wait in a couple years. Don't do it right away like you did for HBK. I think the reason they want to put it in Taker because they sell tickets. Don't do it right away. Please don't do it. Just make sure it's official. Everyone out there, have a good one. And I'll be back tonight for wrestling news and all that. Hopefully, dooply. Take care and stay safe. Love you all. In a positive way, not no goofy way.